Back, everybody. Good to have you here today. You know, every marriage has its rough spots, but the road to recovery doesn't have to be bumpy.
No, it doesn't. And marriage family therapist, registered intern Lily Cotilla is here again to help us put a positive spin on things. Welcome again.
Hi,
It's good
Lily.
to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. And unfortunately, it is frequently bumpy because we don't have the tools to make it an easier path to travel. And you know, the fights that happen in marriages, it's never really about the content, it's about the process, and we don't realize that. So we keep headbutting over, you know, what color is that pear? And it's really about hearing each other and working out communication skills.
And
We are just, people in general are just bad at fighting. They just, you know, you just resort to name calling.
It's no fun.
Dredging up old stuff that really has no relevance to what you're arguing about currently.
Yeah, and it just blows up into this big thing.
Yeah, I don't know. So what are some suggestions you have, and what do you think? How can you...
Well, we have a fun reward system, and this is to just kind of eliminate some of those irritating behaviors that happen. Maybe someone is screeching a fork in their teeth, or someone continuously forgets to turn off the lights, or somebody sighs all the time when the partner is talking. So building up a fun reward system.
You're hitting a nerve here. I think we're recognizing some of the...
I do that. No, I've done that.
But the fun reward system is that we come to an agreement. So, you know, I recognize this is an irritating behavior for you as you do this for me. And so for each 10 times we do it, let's say, and we build in humor. The first time, oh, there it goes again. There's 1 point for me. And at 10 points, maybe you take me to the movies. Or at 10 points, maybe you give me a foot massage, or I give you a foot massage. But we're on board with, and you know, the important piece is it's positive connecting. It's not about punishing. It's about rebuilding the love in the relationship.
And calling each other out on those bad behaviors.
Yeah, in a funny way.
In a
we're
funny
used to
way.
doing, oh, there you go again. But
Right.
this is bringing humor.
Timeouts, that's something else you recommend.
Absolutely. So from 0 to 10, 10 being a high anger point, we've already lost it. You know, we're going to be, as you said, name calling.
Mean, spiteful.
Yep, exactly. So if my breaking point might be a 7, yours might be a 5, but we need to recognize that and have our partners help us. And then when we get to a 4 or a 6, say, you know, I need a break. I'm going to take 20 minutes. Let's come back and talk about this again. I just need to cool down a little bit.
Revisit.
Sandra, do you have a high breaking point or a low one?
You know what? I think my threshold is probably a 7.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
Mine's
what-
like a 20, but boy, when it breaks, the dam just opens up.
Oh,
It's
really?
just-
Yeah.
That's not a good thing, I'm
A
sure.
7. Yeah, that sounds like a good number. Okay,
Yeah.
listen for any truth. That's something else that you recommend.
Yeah, and that's really hard to do because here when things do get heated and we're hearing lots of criticism and what we're doing wrong, it's hard to see if there is any truth in what our partner is saying. You know, you never pay the bills on time, you're so lazy, you never get out of bed before 10. So these are things that we're going to, no, that's not true. What are you talking about? I work there. You know, we're going to defend ourselves.
Right.
So to hear the truth and then repeat it.
So
okay.
you're saying maybe take a part of that might be true and own up to it.
Right.
You're right. I do sleep in until 10 o'clock when I shouldn't be. So
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. I'll try and work on that. I'll try and make payments earlier.
But
with
don't
the
you have to
bills.
refute all the stuff that you don't do?
Well, you bring up a good point because we have so much ego. Not that it's always a bad thing, but in relationships, the ego gets in the way because we're trying to protect it. So if we can really distance our ego, then we can hear what our partner is saying and the message instead of trying to protect ourselves.
Distance
Never
the
works.
ego. Check.
Yes.
Watch your language is something else you recommend.
Yeah, watch your language. There are really 7 key words to stay away from that set up defense in our
We're
partners.
not talking about the George Carlin list of
That's
words.
the TV bad words.
What are you talking about?
Asking the question why. You know, why do you always come home at 10 o'clock? That sets the partner up for, again, defending himself. Why do you never take out the garbage? Instead, put a request in there. I'd like you to take out the garbage. It's much more assertive. It's not being passive-aggressive. Using the word but. Sandra, I love your black suit, but you're wearing a yellow shirt with it.
Right.
You know, what are you going to focus on?
But I'm wearing a yellow
Right.
shirt with
The
it.
first part is positive and the second part is negative. So just cut the second half out. Always,
points.
should, never. Those are words that are just, you know, people
Never
are going
good
to
to
react
use.
to. Never, right, exactly.
And you
Good
say
tips for
work for a
arguing.
common solution too.
Yeah, work for a common solution. We as people, research shows, I'm not going to get you to change your opinion about something. You're not going to get me to change mine. So let's quit trying. Let's just try and find the commonalities. For example, if you want a BMW and I want a Saab, and I hate BMWs. That's a D on my list. A Saab for you is a D. Well, let's try and find another car with the similar pieces in both of them that we both like. And maybe that ends up being a B, you know, in the
It seems like a
spectrum,
good fight to have, a BMW or a Saab.
My goodness, which one's it going to be?
If that's your biggest
I know, but the
problem in
thing
life.
Is, well, yeah.
And you know, the
Exactly.
key is, I think, to ask yourself, is it better to be right or is it better to be happy? Which is more important?
Thank you very much. Good tips. Very
Thanks
good
a lot,
tips.
Lily
Thank you.
Cotilla. Appreciate your time this morning.